Get your ass to the coffee club. Get your ass to the coffee club. Get your ass to the coffee club. Let me tell you right now.
What's going on, YouTube? We're back with the Coffee Club. It's take 3, and I'm Luke, and this is
Zach. What's going on, everybody?
Action.
Y'all, Premier League is back. We got 6 games left, I believe. So, let's just go over the table, see what's going on. First off, as much as I hate to admit it, Liverpool is the champions of the Premier League. Woo! So, asterisk. Next, City beat that ass yesterday.
Yeah, they really did. They came after it.
Played Liverpool. Liverpool looked slow. They looked like they had been partying for a week.
They just honestly looked bad. And, I mean, to give them credit, Man City is a great team. One of the best sides the league's ever seen, I would say. Likewise, this Liverpool team is as well. But it was a very uncharacteristic performance by them, to say the least.
I just think Kevin De Bruyne showed up and they could not do anything about it.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The
GOAT passer of the Premier League.
Yeah, the GOAT KDB. Not really, but I mean,
really, probably.
I mean, who's to say that try and argue who's a better midfielder than him right now?
You can't. I don't think you can.
You'd be hard pressed to. I mean,
he's better than Liverpool's midfield put together.
It's hard to name someone who's as good, more so than it is to name someone who's. I can't name a better midfielder right now in world football. I mean, this is not counting Messi as a midfielder, obviously, but.
If you want to look back, you'd have to go back 3 or 4 years to find someone that's as good as him. I feel like.
Yeah,
because peak Modric is a beast.
Yeah, I mean KDB is doing Frank Lampard shit right now.
In
a better league. I mean, let's be honest.
He's beasting it for sure.
But yeah, anyway, back to Liverpool. The passes weren't there.
Gomez was getting torn in and out by Raheem Sterling. He was just letting him have it.
And I didn't watch the whole game. I'm not going to act like I did. I had shit to do. But I popped in for the last half of the first half.
The second quarters, we like to call it.
And the second quarters, we like to call it out here. They ran over them. I mean, Liverpool wasn't in the game. They got dominated. And I've never seen that Liverpool team get dominated. Is it the we won the league hangover? Do they not care anymore? What do they have to play for? You could say a points total. You could say some miscellaneous records here and there, but they're not getting a gold trophy. I mean, that's for sure.
Plug.
But anyway, back to you, Zach. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it was just Kevin De Bruyne was sitting there clapping. He was giving the guard of honor, and he was not happy about it.
Yeah,
and he just showed up to show everybody, just put them on notice that I'm the best player in the league, and if you don't like it, watch this.
Did he say, "Hey, Jordan Henderson, check this out"?
Yeah, I think that he probably did whisper it to him during the game.
But yeah, I mean, that was, and to me, that signals the Manchester City, the Pep Guardiola intent of this isn't happening next year. We're coming to fight next year.
Well, if City get banned from the Champions League, they have to win the Premier League next year.
Yeah, what else are they playing for? I mean, that team is built to win Champions Leagues. That's the whole reason they exist, is to win the Champions League. And they've yet to do it. And
if everybody stays, they have to. Because, it's like you said, they have nothing else to play for. And if not, I'm just going to talk trash about them all season next year.
I have to say, though, is...
Because everybody else is competing in a different tournament. More games. They'll have less games.
Yeah, no, I mean, they would... I think they would walk the league, honestly. I think they would do what Liverpool did this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not walk Liverpool, but I think they would win the league if they weren't competing in Europe. That would just be ridiculous, And aside from that... what do you think about the ban? It's supposed to be a 2-year ban, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think we'll see a mass exodus of Manchester City talent?
If they're banned for 2 years from the Champions
2 years
League,
is a long time.
Kevin De Bruyne is 29 years
for
old.
a 29-year-old player at the peak of his career and talents.
I mean, they've got a bunch of players who are at their peak talents. Aguero, he'll probably stay. I would think Aguero would stay.
He's like, at this point, he's like a City guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been there for a minute at this point.
Sterling's still young.
But these are players that every club in the world wants.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Barcelona and Real Madrid would have a heyday taking on.
And we just saw Sané leave just
Out.
because who gives a shit? He said, I'm German, I'm going to go play at Bayern Munich. You know?
Good
So
for you.
the almighty City isn't this team that we thought it, they're getting here, they're winning stuff, they're never going to break apart. If he's willing to just take off, who's to say some of these other guys aren't?
Nobody. And they need to do a lot of reinvesting over this transfer window.
They need a left back and a center back for sure.
They might need 2 center backs because Laporte's just going to get hurt again. And then who else are you going to put in? Because you need a starter and you need someone to back him up.
Well, and what's the story on John Stones? Fill us in the comments. I don't even know what his
You
deal
mean
is.
the English savior center back?
Yeah. Hey, someone tell me what's happening because I don't have the answers for that. But, dude, when Laporte plays, he balls. Like
he plays like half the games.
Look, let's look it up. Let's see how many games.
Okay, go for it.
He was out 123 days with a knee injury in 1920, and then 16 days with a fitness injury. Is all it's telling me. But prior to this season, he was only out 12 days in 18-19. He was only out 12 days in 16-17. Or actually, no, 16-17 looks like it was 20. He kind of is a little bit injury prone. 16, or maybe, I mean, it does, no, because, like, he wasn't hurt at all in 17-18. This has been a bad year for him. The only other bad layoff.
A bad year.
The only bad layoff he had besides this was he broke a bone and was out for 98 days. But, I mean, that's kind of like a freak act. That's not like...
Yeah, you can't...
It doesn't seem like he's getting, like, niggles. You know what I mean? He's not
getting injured.
Yeah, he's not getting, like, little tiny muscular tears, muscular cramps, and things like that. Like, reoccurring style injuries. I mean, he blew his meniscus out this year, and that was his big one. It was like a 5-month layoff. And then his other huge injury was a fibula fracture. So, I mean, as long as his knee heals up, next year will tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
If he keeps reoccurringly getting injured next year, then, maybe they do need to look for another center back.
But if they're banned from the Champions League for 2 years, that's going to cut their choices down pretty slim, too.
I think when it comes to, like, the younger crop of players, I don't even know if they're after him, but the high rated young players, like someone like a Upamecano or someone like that. I mean, he's what, 20? Mm-hmm. 21 maybe. I think he'll go. I'll go not play in the Champions League for 2 years and then be 23 at Manchester City, and we'll run at that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think you're right. I don't think they're going to be bringing in, maybe not bring in a Koulibaly like they're talking about or someone like that.
Plus, that's an at least 80 million center back.
Depending on his, I mean, if I don't know what his
I
contract
think he signed a new
situation
contract because United was trying to sign him, and I think he signed a new contract.
Yeah, I think you're right. If he's on a big contract, they're gonna have to pay up for sure.
Oh, man.
But anyway, back to
then coming in at number 3 still is Leicester. Surprisingly,
in free fall, like you said.
in free fall.
What are they? 3 L's on the bounce? Is
No,
that
the 2 ties and 2 L's.
Okay.
So since the return, but then they lost to Chelsea and Everton. They got to play Arsenal, Sheffield, Tottenham, and United. So those are for their last 6 games. So those are at least 3 tough games.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, Arsenal's picking up form, so I mean, they won't want to play us. This would be a bad time to play us. Wolves killing it. Tottenham, and they're Tottenham, But all the talent in the world, just whether they can put it together or not.
Who, Leicester?
Tottenham.
Oh, okay. And then we got Chelsea sitting at 4th, They just beat City, which is always an accomplishment. And then they just lost to West Ham, which is also an accomplishment.
Yeah, losing to West Ham is certainly an accomplishment.
Well, United's done it too, I think. So.
And they beat City in the only way that they would beat City. Handballs in the box, penalty kicks. I can't even...
Mindy just giving the ball away.
Oh, he's saying, hey, here you go, Pulisic, run it on goal. But,
who is rapid, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
Pulisic looks good.
Yeah, the last few games, he's been playing well. You know, I didn't know how well he was going to be when he came over to Chelsea.
Could he be the best American player, period?
Ever?
Ever.
By the end of his career, he will be for sure. I don't have any doubts outside of like bad injuries and things like that. Thanks, Lamar.
Yeah, he's just like dancing for the camera. Please don't knock it over. I mean, this is a whole other tangent. We should do a video on American players, top American players.
Yeah. All two of them.
Alexi Lawless and Clint Dempsey. Sorry, Landon Donovan fans. I know I'm pissing you off. Man United coming in, still number 5, undefeated with Bruno Fernandes. 5 goals, 3 assists.
He's been tearing it up.
Tearing it up. He looks great. We got Leicester coming up at the end of the season. So if we do that, we could bounce them.
Yeah.
We got to play Chelsea in the FA Cup.
I have a feeling we're going to take care of Leicester for you as well.
I hope.
I know it's usually doom and gloom on the Arsenal front for us, but things have really turned around the past few games. And as bad as Leicester, they kind of stole our form. They decided to be bad, and we decided to play all right. You know.
There you go. Yeah, we play Bournemouth tomorrow, so that hopefully that's a W. We'll see. A lot of the teams we're playing till the end of the season are like lower side of the table teams, which United has struggled against.
And they're fighting for their lives.
And they're fighting for their lives. So we need to win every single game.
Yeah.
And with Bruno and Pogba on the field together, hopefully that'll be able to.
Yeah, y'all tend to struggle more against teams who sit back, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just didn't have any creativity in the box, especially with Pogba being out almost all season.
I think Mason Greenwood has been a big change for y'all. I saw someone talking the other day about how Daniel James was a better player to play against low blocks, and I just don't understand that at all. To me, he's nothing but pace. And I mean, he's fast, but like I think if you need someone to make something happen, I think Mason Greenwood is a much better player for that situation.
I mean, I think Mason Greenwood is the fastest player in the club.
Is he?
Yeah, like on a free sprint, like top speed. I think he's clocked the fastest time in the club.
That's wild, because Daniel James is rapid.
But, I mean, Greenwood is super technical. He's 2-footed. And when I say 2-footed, I mean both feet are his normal foot. He can take it either way. He can drag it back across like he did last game. He'll kill you both ways.
Yeah. He's like Sean Marion.
Like the Matrix.
Killing on the inside, killing on the outside.
Like another good NBA reference.
But
after United, we got Wolves right on our heels. We're only above. United's only above Wolves on goal differential.
Yeah, we have Wolves tomorrow, which
Arsenal
is
plays
a
Wolves, yep.
huge test for us. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. If we beat Wolves, we're back, baby.
I hope y'all are.
We're back.
We need a.
Do Arsenal... I think we'll beat Wolves? I'm not too confident,
be a tough game.
But I mean, I think it's gonna be a. It's gonna be a weird matchup, you know. I mean, they're one of the most disciplined teams in the league, and especially like on the defensive side, and you know, it's just.
I mean, Aubameyang's on form.
Yeah, I mean, he banged 2 in last game. Where the team looks like they look like we're building some cohesion. They look like things are clicking. You know, we've switched to a 3 at the back right now, which don't they play a 3 at the back, I believe?
I believe they do.
So, I mean, maybe we'll match them up on... I'm 90% positive they do. So, maybe we'll go out and match them up on the 3 at the back to the 3 at the back. You know, try to pin each other's wing backs back, you know, get Aubameyang and Pepe in closer into their box, give their center back something to think about, having, you know, 2 lethal finishers of the ball on either side.
I feel you.
But Outside of that, I mean, I'm just gonna have to watch it and report back because I'm not gonna call it or anything.
What's your score prediction?
I think it's gonna be a tight game. Like I think if we win, it'll be like a 2-1, and if they win, it'll probably be a 2-1 the other way.
I got you. Then y'all play Leicester after Wolves. So if y'all beat Wolves, I think y'all steamroll Leicester.
If we beat Wolves,
and then go straight to London Derby.
If we beat Wolves, I think you can say that we're on form.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we beat Wolves, we've officially turned our misfortunes around.
And then you go to Leicester, steamroll them. Go to Tottenham, steamroll them.
Anything can happen in a North London derby, but I am full of confidence.
Good old Jose Mourinho.
I'm full of confidence in the London derby these days. I don't know why, but maybe because I hate Eric Dyer.
Yes, I think a lot of people do. I don't think you're by yourself.
Running over to the crowd, celebrating, and then we knocked 3 back on him to beat him 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just stupid stuff like that, you know. Usually I would be wary of a Tottenham Arsenal matchup, but like right now I'm more worried about Wolves than I am Tottenham, and that's saying something about what's going on this year.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, now let's move on to the bottom of the table. We got at 16th, we got West Ham, who's still got United to play. 17, we got Watford, who has to play Norwich, Chelsea, City, Arsenal, and West Ham. The 18th, we got...
So their whole last schedule is all relegation teams and then like big teams.
Yes, basically.
So,
these are just the important games. They still have like mid-table people.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just the big ones that I saw.
Okay.
18th, we got Villa, who's still got to play Liverpool, United, Arsenal, and West Ham. Bournemouth has to play Man United, Tottenham, Leicester, and Man City. So I don't think Bournemouth has to play any relegation teams, just 4 big teams.
Yeah. But all those teams are fighting for European spots.
Yeah. And then Norwich at 20th has Watford, Chelsea, West Ham, and City. So West Ham's got a decent amount of relegation action going on. But you know, every single team, all of them are playing teams vying for top 4.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be fighting for their life. It's going to be...
I think the only thing we can say for certain right now is Norwich is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, you've got about 19th to about 15th place where they're fighting for it. And who knows what's going to happen. I mean, there's fraudulence all over the league this year. Any of these big teams can drop points. Arsenal can lose to them. Tottenham can lose to them. Leicester can lose to them. I mean, Chelsea just lost to West Ham. You know what I mean? We lost to Brighton. And the big teams are dropping points, and and then them playing each other. Anything can happen down there.
And then to wrap it all up, y'all, we got some FA Cup action coming up.
Ooh.
Man United versus Chelsea, and then Arsenal versus City.
Yes, sir.
If we can get a Arsenal United FA Cup final,
just like the old days,
like the good old days,
some Fergie Wenger action,
I'm down for it. We got 2 understudies of both.
Yeah, you're right. I mean 2 people that played for both.
Yeah, I mean, people love a damn good story.
That is this better than the Jordan Henderson story?
I think not, but it could be.
Will it happen? Most likely not. Cities has nothing left to play for in the league, so I could see them coming out ready to ball against us. And if our last encounter has anything to teach you, they're a better team than we are right now. On the other hand, y'all and Chelsea, anybody can win. I think y'all are in better form right now. I think United's in better form.
I think we're in better form. I think United has beat Chelsea 3 times already this season. I think we need to go for that 4-peat.
United seems to have been City's kryptonite as of late as well.
Yeah, I think we've beat City every game this season.
Y'all played them tough,
We have beat City 3 times this season? At least twice.
Yeah, I mean...
It's beautiful.
Yeah. If I was, and then showing up for a cup final, anything can happen. Cup football, it's just different. It's a different animal.
I'm fairly confident, but I would still rather prioritize top 4 than the FA Cup.
Certainly, and
Everybody loves silverware, but everybody loves Champions League more.
So what are you calling for the final 3 games? Not scores, just who do you think's going through and who's going to take it?
I would like to see United go through and Arsenal go through.
But what do you think is that's what we would both like to see. What do you think is going to happen?
Okay, so I looked at the schedule, and Chelsea and United both have games the day before their FA Cup game. So I think...
Do you think they'll change that, or do you think they're actually going to make them do that?
I think they have to change it, but if they do or not, who knows?
Yeah.
I can see both Chelsea and United putting out a less strong side. United. I gotta go with United. And then all the way. And then I have City probably beating Arsenal.
Okay. Well, what I think will happen is I think City will beat Arsenal. I think we'll play them better than we did the last time we met. And I do think we'll show up for it because that's a potential Europa League spot.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really fighting for the Champions League right now. I mean, if some strange things happen over the next few weeks, it's possible to slip in. But I'm in no way do I think we're going to. I think we're going to go out there and play them. I think City will beat us. I think Man United will beat Chelsea, and I think City will beat United because they've got nothing left to play for in the league. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Might as well bring the FA Cup home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Pep likes his trophies.
Pep likes his trophies. He likes waxing his bald head and his
image
on the trophy.
Reflection. They're reflecting off of each other. It's like Inception.
Right. Reflection.
Or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the Coffee Club. We'll catch you next week.
Bright and early.
So we'll see you then.
Get your ass to the coffee club. Get your ass to the coffee club. Get your ass to the coffee club. Let me tell you right now.
Oh, I wasn't going to lead it. I was just going to
you're just doing the introduction.
Yeah,
I got you.
Just the introduction.